Yes, I know. I'm aware that I'm streaming. I'll be on in a second. I'll be on with some art in a minute. Yeah. Yes, I will. I'll be on with the art in a second. Just doing me syncs job for him to let everyone know that I'm streaming. That I'm streaming. Okay. There we go. Alright, time to do the thing. Do the thing. Sorry about the infinite thing of infinity. I'm also monitoring the chat with, the... Hey, Phoenix, what's up? So I'm doing some art out of spite because I'm angry. I'm mad. Things did not go the way I wanted them to go today. So I'm doing some art. Some older art I did a while ago that's supposed to be my two writers and my favorite shepherd. And that's what I've decided I'm gonna do today because I'm fairly irritated. I might do some Dragon Age, but who knows? I'm a little mad at Dragon Age right now. Like, not necessarily the series. I'm just mad that I can't play Dragon Age 2 on the Xbox One. I'm like, I was all set to go from Awakenings and all of the Origins DLC to Dragon Age 2 and do a new playthrough, but no. No, that's not allowed. So I'm a little irritated. That wasn't allowed. It wouldn't let me play it. I'm kind of mad, and I'm like, I don't want to have to. I didn't want to have to get up and like unplug the 360 from where it is right now, and then plug it in back in over here, and I'm just like, And then the other thing I was supposed to do today, that didn't turn out well either. So I'm just doing this instead. Spite streaming. I mean, we've also started the schedule, and I'm supposed to stream today anyway. But like, I'm mad, so it's doing it out of spite. God, I'm mad. I'm so mad. So irritated. It's just not fair. Everything's so messed up right now. Just fuck everything, Jesus. I'm just There's gonna be a lot of that. There's gonna be a lot of that today. So if you don't want to hear that, I guess don't be here. Anyway, so I'm in the process of coloring it. These are my two writers. And this is my favorite shepherd in her ME3 outfit. It's Jean Shepherd and Red Rider because like, A, it's my name, but also B, it made me laugh. Hey, Seaberry! To quote Neil Gaiman, when things get tough, this is what you should do. Make good art. Thank you. I mean, if I was really going to do good art, I would draw something new today, but I have a lot of unfinished art that I'd like to finish, so today I've decided to do that. Eventually, I might get to doing some new stuff, but because I'm trying to get enough artwork done that I can put out an art book, which would then be something we can show off at cons that eventually I hope we will go to. But I don't have enough for that yet, so for now, I'm just Gonna finish up some stuff before I start anything new. I also have a commission I need to work on, but I've been so busy with, like, trying to get, like, a regular day job type thing going that I'm so irritated I can't think of what to do for the commission. So I'm just kind of sitting on it for a while, which I feel bad about, but I mean, I have no inspiration for what I'm supposed to do for it, and I'm like, I need to think of something, and I just haven't been able to think of anything. So I'm sitting on it for the time being until I can actively come up with what the fuck I'm gonna be doing. Hey, did you say draw something new today? I did not! I said good, hopefully. I'm fairly certain that's what I said. I didn't mean to say nude. Although I have been thinking about it. I don't know. I, like, woke up agitated. I was having a bunch of dreams where I was, like, getting into arguments and fights with people. Not, like, physical fights. Just, like, you know, basically just a crap ton of arguments. Like, I dreamed I won the HGTV Dream House, and I was arguing with the people who were signing it over to me, because I was like, so it's my house, right? And I was like, so I if I want to sell stuff that, like, the stuff that came with the house, I can do that, right? And they're like, but why would you want to? I'm like, because the artwork is awful and it's everywhere. There's so much artwork. There was a painting that they put, like, at knee level, and I'm like, no, why would you do that? And also, there's this really awful, like, modern art piece right in the entryway, and I'm just like, no, I hate modern art. I'm getting rid of it. I don't like art that is just, like, squiggles on a blank canvas. I'm like, that is not art. That took no effort, and it represents nothing, and I'm just so mad. Try taking a hot shower. Steam does wonders to unclog the mind. I did take a hot shower this morning. I did. I did. Like, I mean, that's not the only reason why I'm irritated, but it's, like, one of the major reasons. There's some other reasons, but I'm not going to talk about them because they're personal. and not personal as in, like, oh no, what's wrong? It's more personal as in, like, it's a thing, and it's happening, and meh. And it's not important, and it's gonna happen again, you know, for forever. So, might as well not talk about it. Are you mad at modern art? I'm always mad at modern art. Modern art pisses me off. Just, like, in general. There's very few modern art pieces that I am okay with. And of the few modern art pieces I am okay with, most of them are done by, like, artists who come from war-torn countries and stuff like that. Like, that's the only type of modern art I am okay with. Like, for instance, there's this modern artist who did these pieces from South Africa, who did these pieces that are supposed to represent how it felt to live and be discriminated against during apartheid, and it's called Monster Boys or something like that, and it's both beautiful and terrifying at the same time, and the skill it took was amazing, and it's an amazing like sculpture set, and I really like it. And it's modern art. Like, it's very clearly modern art, but it has qualities from classical art that I like. Like, okay, here's the reason why I don't like most modern art. Most modern art takes little to no effort and is really just put there by executives from New York or LA, and it basically you could switch it out with something that's done by a horse, and it would be still worth $100,000, and I'm not okay with that. I'm like, if it takes no effort, and if tortured elephants can do the same damn thing, it is not art anymore. Like, art needs to be like, the only artwork that I'm like able to accept anymore from modern artists is like stuff that actually represents things. Like, for instance, I really respect Picasso's work. There's not a lot of his work that I personally find attractive. There's a couple of his pieces that I like, but for the most part, I'm like, I don't like this. But that's mostly because he did a lot of like cubism and stuff, and like, cubism hurts my brain. And he went through some really awful things, and he represents that in his art, which is why I like it. I like the art that represents pain. Maybe because it has an emotion behind it. Whereas you have artwork, like when I went through MoMA, there's this huge art piece that is nothing but a red dot and some black squiggles in a corner, and I'm just like, it looks like a tampon commercial, and I'm mad now that I spent $30 to see this, and this piece of art is considered priceless, even though it's fucking awful, and could literally be replaced by a billboard for a tampon ad, and no one would really notice the difference. And that makes me very angry. Also, I heard you say shepherd before and Zenland vibrating with space daddies. Yo, the surrealism pieces that came out of World War I is amazing. I do like surrealism, to a point. That's just Traz, I mean, yes, it is art. Thank you for noticing. Like, I like pieces that take effort and represent something and required skill, you know? If it required no skill whatsoever to make, I don't consider it art. You know, if there's no passion behind it, why is it even in existence? Artwork is supposed to represent the things. It's supposed to reflect it's supposed to reflect the times. It's supposed to hold up a mirror to how we live and show it back to us. And if it doesn't do that in a critical light, why is it even there? Like, for instance, I like Baroque pieces because Baroque pieces use classical stories to represent what was happening in the now, and it took effort and skill, and it was amazing. Like, you have artists like Artemisia and Bernini, and there's so much emotion and passion in the work that you can just tell. Like, I love Baroque pieces far more than I like the Renaissance. Like, I know I talk shit about modern art, but honestly, I could talk as much shit about Renaissance art because Renaissance art ain't all that great. I'm way more into artists from the Baroque period. I also really love the Impressionists. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the stuff that led up to the modern art movement, but I hate most modern art. Especially today. Like, what was it? Adam Ruins Everything did this great episode about how modern art these days isn't really art anymore, and I was like, yes. Because when I was going through art school, and even before I went through art school, I was like, yeah, that's exactly it. Because it's basically just a money laundering scheme now. And I'm not okay with that. That was supposed to be a blank stare. Yeah, my school has a modern and contemporary art museum on campus, and I took my museum studies class there last semester, and I'm so blank about the kind of art. Yeah. I mean, because it's basically these rich, like, investment people in New York and LA that decide what is art nowadays, and I'm just like, no! The rich elite do not get to decide what art is. Like, I mean, not that hasn't historically been the case, but, you know, whatever. Anyway. Like, there are pieces I like. Like I said, for instance, there's this artist from South Africa who paints, who does sculptures and photography and paintings that are supposed to be representative of her experiences going and living through apartheid in South Africa, and they are amazing and kind of horrifying to look at. But I mean, it really makes you think about what she must have gone through, and that's why I really like those pieces. So, like, any piece of artwork that you look at it and it makes you feel an emotion so strongly that it's almost visceral, that's real artwork. Like, the first time I ever saw The Ecstasy of St. Teresa, just even in a book, I still haven't seen it in person. I really need to see it. And The Ecstasy of St. Teresa is this, it's a statue done by Bernini that he built into a church in Rome. And it depicts the moments when St. Teresa experienced this great ecstasy and had a vision, and it was sent to her by an angel. And so it's this angel about to spear her, and you can just tell her face is filled with ecstasy. And it's so beautiful, like the expression and the movement, and it looks real. Like for real, it looks like the statue could come to life at any moment. And it's built into this church, and with this gold lilt behind it, and when the sun shines down on it, it looks like the rays of heaven itself, and it's so beautiful. And I'm like, I'm not a very religious person, but that, like, speaks to me on a spiritual level. And I find it just absolutely beautiful, you know? And there's some stuff, like, some of the pieces by Artemisia that came out of the Baroque period are amazing. And a lot of her work got attributed to her father, but has since been cleared up and attributed to her. And, oh, man, some of her work is just amazing. It's like, it's kind of also awful to look at, because she did a lot of these, like, men or women murdering, like, men who were rapists and stuff, and I'm just like, it's awesome. Ecstasy, not like the drug, like the absolute moment of pleasure. An overwhelming sense of pleasure, I should just state it that way. Mikella's here today, somewhere in the background. She's doing laundry, and if you hear that sound in the background, that's us doing the dishes, because we didn't get to it earlier. That's my bad. I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and
yes, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, there's Mikella.
Hi, everybody.
We got lots of people today. We have Seaberry and Phoenix and Archcon.
Well, I think part of that was also because
yes,
V6,
like an
V6
orgasm.
did his freaking job.
What?
V6.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
done his freaking job.
Yeah.
On time for once.
Really? I mean, I also alerted everybody, but... Huh. Anyway. And yes, Phoenix, like an orgasm. A holy orgasm sent by God. Man, I'm really making those others work. For the money. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm applying the shadows with my opaque watercolor brush. Just to provide kind of a soft layering effect. And then I'll go in and blur it so it blends a little bit better afterwards. And then after that, then it's going to be the gradients. The gradient tools time. Shine. Rawr. Yes, Seaberry. Rawr. Let's get off of art history, because that's just going to make me more agitated. What to talk about? So I was playing through Dragon Age Origins and Awakenings again, because I'm planning to do that for streams coming up here soon, and I wanted to make sure I had all my timing down, because it's been a while since I last played. So I was going through the games, and I finished Awakenings finally, and I was getting to some of the DLC because I like to do the DLC after Awakenings, and I must have gotten it to a point where I can just level up like nobody's business, because by the end I was at level 35 and I'm running out of things to spend like points on, and I'm like, I've maxed out everything. What do I put points in now? And I'm like, I'm such a badass. Like, I kill everything and just there's nothing left for me to do. I'm very concerned. And I finished Awakenings. I'm like, okay, I guess it's time for the DLC. And I had totally forgotten, because the only DLC I don't have for Origins is the Darkspawn Chronicles, because I get too emotional when I play video games, and I kind of don't want to watch the characters I spent, like, weeks growing attached to dying by my own hand. That seems a little cruel and monstrous, and I just...
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a DLC where you can kill everybody in Origins.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I'm not sure why they made it, but it's there. It's called the Darkspawn Chronicles, and it's a thing, and you could totally... And yeah, so... It makes me feel awful, and I was like, I can't play that, so I don't have it.
I hear you. I understand.
Yeah, but one of the DLCs I do have is the Golems of Amgarak, which not only is it hard to say and spell, but oh my god, it hits like every single one of my like absolute worst fears. It's like if you mixed Alien with, oh god,
The Thing?
yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's like if BioWare was like, hey, let's make a horror game. And I'm like, okay, but why though?
On the plus side, I don't have to take Benadryl.
Yay. Why would you have to take Benadryl?
Because I decided what would be a very good idea would be to take a hot bath with a cinnamon bath bomb.
Oh yeah, you did break out a little bit.
My skin was not happy with the cinnamon essential oil, so I was like, okay, if after our thing, when I come back home,
yeah,
if my skin is still all splotchy and icky and reacting to the stuff, then I will take some Benadryl and conk out for the next 4 hours or 8 hours.
Benadryl, because you can't sneeze if you're in a coma. Which is why I take it to go to sleep.
But, yeah. So, I don't have to take Benadryl and disappear for the next 8 hours.
There you go. No, anyway, so to Golems of Amgarak, like, it's fun, but it is also absolutely terrifying for me specifically. I'm not sure if it's honestly terrifying for everyone who plays it, but for me, it's like the right amount of terrifying that it, like, I get really antsy getting into it, and then the further along it goes, the more I'm like, I'm uncomfortable, I'm gonna start screaming here in a second. Because, first of all, the Dragon Age games, they're filled with blood, which normally I'm totally fine with, because my brain is like, it's fake blood, it's fine. But, Columns of Angarak, the way they've set it up, like the red vignette there at the end, makes everything seem a little more bloody / real, so my brain is like, hello, it's blood, time to pass out. Or throw up. And I'm like, no, it's not, it's fine, just keep playing the game. But it's this like, and that would be fine if that was just it, but it's not, because there's also this thing that I swear to God looks like the cross between a lizard, a centipede, and an unborn fetus.
Yeah.
With who's the lead singer from Kiss? Gene Simmons. It's with his tongue. And it's goddamn terrifying. Yes, it's just, oh god. And then it pops on top of this huge, gross golem thing. And I'm like, that hurls body parts at you.
Well, that's lovely.
Right? And I'm just like, what even is this? What did I stumble into? And what part of this is any of this having to do with Darkspawn? I spend the rest of the time just freaking out because I'm like, every part of this I hate. And then, like, after you beat it, you're like, oh, thank God, it's over. I beat it. I won the day. All right, go me. And then it has, like, the stereotypical horror movie ending where you think you have killed the thing, but really there's a million of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers, that's how it ends. And I'm like, I need to know what happened to them.
Why?
BioWare, why have you never addressed these things? Did they pop up again? Where are they? I'm very concerned. I need to know what happened to them. And not in a I'm concerned for them kind of way, in a I'm concerned about them kind of way. Like, I need to know they're not gonna come back and kill me.
Yeah.
Like, especially since they have, like, all those diaries that are sitting around, and if you actually spend the time to read them, they're goddamn terrifying. Because it literally reads like a horror movie script. It's like, oh yeah, we're trying to recreate Carradine's research. And I'm like, okay, that seems stupid, but alright. And, oh, and we have this mage from Tevinter helping us. And I'm like, okay, that seems really stupid, but okay. And then it's just a downhill spiral from there. And the last one is like, Nareda went to go look for the head that popped off the awakened body of flesh we manifested. And I'm like, why did you send the mage on her own? And then it was like, I hear scratching at the door. That must be her. And I'm like, why wouldn't she knock? Why is she scratching? It's obviously not her. It's just like, nope, I'm not okay. I'm gonna freak out now. It's okay. I'm just gonna be in the corner crying. Like, I can get through games like Dead Space and stuff like that totally fine. But, oh my god, no.
That one segment of the game.
It freaks me the fuck out. It's like 5 different things that I hate. Because I hate parasites. I hate the idea of something, like, inside of me that I cannot control, which is hurting me. And also, parasites have to do with blood, so apparently that's, you know, the other part of that. And so I'm just like, I'm not okay with this. It makes me very uncomfortable. But I can power through my fear of parasites, because I used to pick ticks off of my dog Luke whenever he would get them, because, you know, he'd go out in the canyon and he's like,
I'm gonna have some fun, human.
Yeah. And he would just pick them up, like, all the time. He had very long hair. He was a golden retriever. He had long hair. And so every now and then again, we would find a tick on him, and we'd, you know, have to get in and pluck it out. My mom can't see them, so I have to be the one to go in and pluck the damn things out. And I'm always the one who finds and I was always the one who found them, which meant, like, touching the damn things by accident while you're petting your dog. And then there was the time he had fleas, which...
Well, that just takes some flea medicine.
I know, but it's terrifying if you're afraid of parasites.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I like, fleas, you can't really see them. So my brain is like, they could be anywhere. They could be on you right now. And then you get really itchy and all of a sudden, everything is a flea. And like, the reason why I'm so paranoid about it is because I had lice once, and it took me nearly a year to get rid of the damn things.
Oh, jeez.
Because my hair is so thick, and at the time I also had dandruff, so it was impossible to tell the damn nits from the dandruff. So it was like I was having, like, people pick at my head for, like, ages. Because it's not like you can just, like, shave your head and they're gone. That's not actually how it works. And also, shaving your head when you're growing up as a girl, not really an option. So, yeah. And like, people did, and it was, the infestation was really bad because my mom didn't believe I had them for the longest time. Until I actively found one crawling on my hairbrush and brought it to her.
Oh, God.
Right? And, like, you're terrified as a child because you have bugs in your fucking hair. Oh, God, it was awful. It was the worst.
Like, okay. When I was a camp counselor...
Yeah.
I was one of the ones who was picking up the girls.
Yeah.
And riding with them on the bus to get to the campsite.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we actually had to check for was head lice.
Yeah.
And thank God I had, like, the first year, we didn't have anybody who came up with lice.
Yeah.
But the second year, I guess somebody didn't check carefully enough or something.
Yeah?
Because one of my campers had lice.
Oh, God.
Thankfully, I had a counselor, because I've never dealt with lice, so I had no idea what they would have looked like anyway.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I had a counselor with me who did know. God bless you, Piper. I love you. I know she probably won't hear this, but if you're out there, and I love you, Piper. That was her camp name, Princess Piper.
Princess Piper. That's great.
Partially because she liked the TV show Charmed.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
that was a thing once.
Thankfully, Piper was there, and she not only dealt with lice before, so knew what to look for.
Yeah.
But she was also the one who was like, oh, and she's dealing with all the little kids, so all the little kids are like, oh, Princess Piper, you know how to braid hair? You can braid it any way we ask you to?
Oh,
braid my hair for me!
Oh, goodness.
Which you know, it's little girls, they're up at camp, something that they can control is fine.
Yeah.
And one of the girls was like, oh, Princess Piper, braid my hair, braid my hair! And this poor girl, she had, Piper found lice eggs in her hair.
Oh, no.
Thankfully, I think it had just started.
Yeah, because
she probably got it while at camp.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, I mean, you could get them from flies.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I think that girl had to cut her camping time short.
Yeah. Well, I accidentally gave my lice to an entire dance class, by the way.
Oh, no.
Because, again, my mom refused to believe me when I first suspected I had them. So we go back to living our normal lives after vacation.
Oh, no.
And I'm in this dance class, and we're supposed to, in this tap class, and we're supposed to be doing this, like, honky-tonk number, and we're all in these cute cowgirl outfits, and we're practicing with the hats we're supposed to be wearing. And of course, you know, the hats fly off and they go places and they all look identical, so everyone picks up somebody else's hat and just puts them on because they all fit the same. And
oh no!
So the entire goddamn studio got lice. It started with my class, but every single goddamn one of those kids had lice by the end of the year. Because here's the thing about lice, it's highly contagious.
Yeah, that's basically why up at camp we had the rule of
if your kid don't
the way the campers can sleep in the tents, because they had big gigantic canvas tents on wood platforms.
Yeah.
And there were 4 bunks to a tent.
Yeah.
And the way that we had always told them was you can sleep toe to toe, head to toe, but you cannot sleep head to head.
Yeah.
And the main, we didn't tell the girls that this was the reason, but the main reason was so in case one person did get lice,
it wouldn't spread
as quickly.
I mean, like, I'm just putting it out there. Lice, honestly, less of a big deal than we put it out there as, but I mean, it's still not great, and, like, I have been paranoid ever since. Like, I'm always constantly, like, running my hands through my hair and checking my scalp, because I had it for, like, nearly a year, because my hair was so thick, and I had dandruff and stuff, so it's like, I don't anymore. I do not have dandruff anymore. It is no longer a problem. It was only while I was going through puberty. But
thankfully, Piper kind of showed me what the eggs do when you try to pop them.
Yeah.
Like if you take the white speck on the strand of hair and stick it between your 2 thumbnails.
Yeah.
And as you squeeze, if it pops, it's an egg.
Yeah.
And you need to get your head checked for lice.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. So ever since then, I've just been, like, so paranoid about when I'm itchy. Because I'm like, what if it's parasites? And then I just freak out. Because I'm so afraid of parasites. Like, because they can cause, like, such awful damage to your body.
Mm-hmm.
And And I'm like, I'm really just afraid of being ill, basically, and having, like, no way to combat it.
Yeah.
Because I hate being sick. I hate feeling like there's nothing I can do and I'm inept at it. Especially since, like, after elementary school, basically, like, once I hit middle school, my mom basically was like, you're on your own as far as when you get sick. Like, I will do the bare minimum for you, but basically everything else is you have to take care of yourself.
Which, I'm sorry, but that kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's my mom. So, like, it basically became like, you know, when I was sick, I had to take care of myself. And when you're super sick, like, I would get super, like, I don't get normal sick. I don't get, like, kind of sick. I go not sick or I'm gonna fucking die. There's no in between. I either am running...
You either get the sniffles or we gotta get Red to the emergency room now.
Yeah. Like, because I don't know what it is, but, like, I'll either run a really low-grade fever for a couple days and be fine, or I will run 103 for, like, 3 days with no stopping until I go to the hospital. Like... there's just no in between. My body either handles it like with the nuclear option, or my body goes, I can't do it, I give up. Here's 103 fever, I'm gonna die. And, like, and when that happens, it's like my body just completely shuts down, and there's nothing I can do about it, and I feel awful, and I'm like, everything in me tells me to fight it, and I'm just like, I can't. There's nothing I can do. So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, and the thing is with parasites, that's basically what your body does. Your body basically goes, I give up. I can't deal with it. It's too big. Like, for real, with the really bad parasites, your body is like, I literally can't deal with this thing. I don't know what it is. It's been designed to purposefully go around all of my defenses.
Yeah.
I can't help you.
Well, that just tells me that never watch Monsters Inside You.
I've watched it. It makes me just honestly goddamn terrified. Although it also makes me feel better sometimes because I'm like, oh, I don't live in that region. I'll be fine. And then I'm like, what if I go there? And then I start freaking out again. Because sometimes it's like in an area that I really want to visit. Or like, oh my god, the worst was I was watching like some show where it was like that, but it wasn't like Monsters Inside Me. It was like hordes or something, or infestations. It was infestations. You know, it was like people who bought a house and then they had an infestation of something. Mm-hmm. And like for the most part, it was like squirrels or rats, and one times it was snakes. And I was like, oh, that's kind of hilarious. You had a shit ton of garden snakes under your house. But one time it was this family who moved to Japan, and their entire house was infested with ticks.
Oh,
like,
that's lovely.
An insane amount of ticks. And I'm like, nope, I'm not okay. I would immediately be like, burn down the house, I'm out. Like, infestation of spiders, I can almost deal with and be okay.
Yeah.
I've had to deal with those before. When I was little growing up, my house was constantly infested with black widows. And I mean constantly. Like, my mom would always be like, be careful opening up that cabinet because there might be black widows. Or my mom would tell me, oh yeah, I was making your bed while you were gone and I saw this huge black widow inside your sheets. And I'm like, thanks for that. Now I'm like afraid to go to sleep. You know, and when I was really little, it was like, you know, be careful opening up your sandbox that you built for me because there might be black widows inside of it. I'm like, okay. And there were. Like, a lot of times, there were. So it's like, you just got used to it after a point.
Yeah.
So, like, black widow or, like, spider infestations, those I could probably deal with. Ticks, not so much. Ticks, I go full nuclear, gotta burn the house down and leave. Like, house is unsafe, house is unclean, can't move in, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright, so right now, I am using my select tool to select an area, and I'm using my gradient tool to create gradient for the shadows. on a multiply setting. So that's what I'm doing. If anybody's still there. I still have 4 viewers.
According to Wisebot.
Cool. That's awesome. Hey guys, I hope you're still there. I'm still entertaining you. Sorry about all the weird / gross stories. If I've triggered something, I'm very sorry. that was not my intention.
Yeah, camp is a great place though.
I had fun at camp. Well, I mean, I had fun at science camp. I didn't have, which was a day camp.
Mm.
And I had fun at the really rich camp I went to back east because my sister worked there.
Yeah.
So it was like all these like hedge fund manager kids. So I'm not even shitting you. They had it was things like pottery and French class.
Wow.
And archery. There was a polo class.
All right, like the camp that I worked at,
yeah.
It had archery. It had a ropes course. It had canoeing, and it had a swimming pool. And it had horses.
Yeah.
That was it. Everything else, we had to figure out what to do.
We had a pottery class, a ceramics class, a French class, a Spanish class. This was like basically prep for Harvard that I went to.
Dear Lord.
Which I got in for free because my sister worked there. Which is the only reason why I went. The year before that, they sent me to basketball camp, and this is in Philadelphia. And I'm just like, why would you send me to a basketball camp in Philadelphia where people are crazy about basketball when I don't like basketball? And also, I'm literally a midget.
And to be fair, like, my mom
Yeah.
also went to a basketball camp.
Yeah.
And I think, if I can get the reasoning right, she twisted her ankle. I think she sprained it or something.
Yeah.
And, like day 2 of camp, out of a full week of camp. And unfortunately, because it was basketball camp, she was really excited to play basketball, but sprained her ankle and had to do, like, the swimming camp after that.
See, I would have loved that because I love swimming, but basketball camp, I never made even a single goddamn basket. Because these were like, there was no like short basket for the younger kids. It was like, no, you are expected to make the actual basket because we're training you to get into the NBA. And I'm like, why would you send me to this camp? I don't even like basketball.
1, 2, do I look like NBA material?
Like, how, I was like...
Or I guess it would be WNBA.
Yeah, but I mean, I have always been short. Always. Like, ridiculously amounts of short. So imagine tiny little itty-bitty leprechaun me going to this camp where literally everyone is taller than me and is way more involved in basketball. And this is Philadelphia, where basketball is life. And if not basketball, then the Eagles. And I just... No, I did not have a fun time that year. The only fun time I had was learning that yoo-hoos were a thing. and learning what a yoo-hoo was and getting very excited over yoo-hoos because they were not available in California at the time. Or if they were, I just never saw them. Like, ever.
Well, they are now in California.
I know. I mean, like, the first time I ever saw yoo-hoos in the store, I was like... And I had to buy them. Because I think I was old enough and I had a job at that point that I was like, I'm getting used. I'm an adult. I can buy them.
You see, kids, that is what adulting means. Getting a job so you can buy your own yoo-hoos.
Yup.
Or magic cards, whichever way you want to go. Or art stream supplies. I don't know. I'm not your mother. You get what you enjoy.
Yep. Which, if you support us on Patreon, I can get a new tablet. It's not like I really need a new tablet, but they have these like new ones that are not Intuos that are supposed to be like just as good but are cheaper. And I'm like, yeah, I want them. Because I want one of those big tablets because like the one I have is very small. It fits in my lap.
and just, like, non-stop yawning.
Yeah. You're gonna make me yawn here in a second.
I'm sorry.
What did I tell you?
I'm sorry! I didn't mean to!
Damn
I
it!
guess it's just been a long day for us.
Has it really, though? Has it really been a long day?
I think yes, it is. It just doesn't feel like it. Except our bodies are now like, yeah, it is, you dummies. Go to bed.
I mean, I did...
No bodies.
I did wake up early enough to see Rob right before he left today. Because I was like... Because I got a thing going on right now, and I woke up and I had to take care of it, and I was like, oh, hey, Rob's up. And then I immediately went back to sleep after I took care of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much me. I went to sleep.
Yeah.
My alarm went off to say, hey, you should probably start working on your day today. And I was like, yeah.
Is that why I saw you
No.
up, like, twice? Because I could have sworn at one point you were behind me, and then I didn't see you again for, like, 2 hours.
I was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The shoes for my Scott Pilgrim cosplay arrived yesterday. Hey, good for you, Phoenix!
Ooh.
I bet that's gonna be awesome.
So, Phoenix, when you get all of your cosplay stuff together, you're going to take a picture and show us, right?
Right? I want to see... I'm not even, like, all that tired. I'm just, like, exhausted from being mad. And also the other thing. And then I took a nap yesterday, which has thrown me off. And now I'm like, nap? And I'm like, oh, God, but I never nap. I don't normally nap. That's not normally a thing that I do. And when I do nap, it throws me off. And then my brain is like, nap all the time. And I'm like, oh, God, no.
Oh, that's okay. Even when I, like, oh, yeah, I'm really exhausted. I should probably go take a nap. I will probably just lie down in bed and...
Sleep for 8 hours?
No.
No?
Okay. Like, people who are like,
oh,
yeah.
SakuraCon. Have fun, man. I hear SakuraCon is, like, awesome.
Like, okay, this is my sleeping habits.
Yeah.
I need an even number of hours of sleep. So, like, if you wake me up after
6 or 8.
6 hours of sleep or after 8 hours of sleep, I am great. I am ready to go for the day.
Okay.
You wake me up at
7?
7 hours of sleep, I am worthless. And when it's like, oh, well, if you're that tired, maybe you should just go take a nap. Yeah. How long do you think naps should take?
Like, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, my naps tend to take about 2 hours.
Same. I can't do 40-minute naps. I have to do 2-hour naps, and then I'm just like, I'm useless. I'm done.
Yep.
Me
and, like, I love sleep. Sleep is awesome.
Right.
But my body and sleep don't get along.
You know what's the thing they don't tell you in health class when you're growing up that they really should? Is that apparently, you know, sometimes right before a girl's time of the month, the hormones in her brain will be like, I'm confused. What hormone is this again? Oh, this is the hormone that says I don't need sleep. Got it. We don't need to sleep. And then you have insomnia for the first 3 days. And I'm just like, no, why? Why? I needed that sleep. Come back. Why?
Yeah, I wish I had that problem. That is me all the days of the month.
I mean, that's why I'm on the Benadryl, is because, like, I can't get my brain to shut off, which is why I don't normally, is why when I'm not on the Benadryl, I don't sleep. My sis, who's a cosplay wizard, I swear, is making me the power of love. Aww, that's awesome. I don't know what that is. I've never seen Scott Pilgrim or read the comics, which I know was kind of blasphemous. Alright, so we've done the shadows. Now it's time for the highlights. Yeah. Where's my palette? There's my palette. Come here, you. Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Are these just a bunch of pictures of you?
No. Well, I mean, not technically. These are the various incarnations of characters I played.
Oh.
In Mass Effect.
Okay.
So, like, hang on. The ones I'm working on right now are my 2 writers from Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh.
So this one,
The power
and
of
that
love is
one.
apparently Scott's first sword.
huh? Scott's first sword. Okay, and then the one over here is my shepherd, Gene Shepherd.
Huh.
Yeah, spelled Gene. So
I had to sing songs about Jean and Jean.
so
Sorry, Jean and Jean.
Gene is my Earth.
Jean and John, for those who are...
So Jean is my Earthborn punk with a heart of gold. She's
Ah.
She's Earthborn but war hero, which is like Earthborn gives you renegade points, and war hero gives you paragon points.
Ah.
Yeah, and so she romances Garrus, who is a Turian, and
Shut up, phone. Stop telling you what to do.
what's your phone telling you to do?
You should go get the mail. I already did.
Ah,
I'm ahead of you.
joke's on you, phone.
Yeah, I have to set alarms on my phone to tell me to do things, otherwise I'll forget.
That's okay. That's why my laptop tells me what time it is. It's so that I remember to eat and get up and go to the bathroom and that kind of stuff. Because I will forget to do those things. I mean, I don't honestly forget to go to the bathroom. It's just I just sit there and refuse.
No, I'm not done with this project.
Yep.
But you've been sitting here for the last 40 hours. You need a break. You need a break.
No.
No.
It's
I'm not done yet.
It's less agitated and more just a no.
Oh, it's more like, no, I don't want it.
It's not even that. It's like I just get to that point where I'm just like, no. Just dead eye stare. No. It's like when you're doing something out of spite, but you don't want to show that you're doing it out of spite, so you just dead eye them in the face like, no.
No.
No. I do that a lot, I've realized. Like if you've really pissed me off or irritated me when I just look at you with no emotion on my face and I'm like, no. Like if I'm doing that to you, you know you fucked up.
Okay.
Like, because if I'm still like agitated and yelling, that's actually a good sign.
Yeah.
Because it's when I've gone quiet that you have to be concerned. Because that means it's probably been simmering for a while.
You're the slow burner, you're the slow burn to anger.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like my brother, except his fuse is a lot longer. You have to really do some shit to piss off my brother.
I mean, you really had to do some shit to push me off, too. Like, basically, if you haven't betrayed every confidence I've ever had in you, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like, I can talk it out and be fine now.
Yeah. Like, for me, I find that I am quicker to anger.
Yeah?
But usually that anger is typically out of frustration that whatever is trying to be communicated is not getting through. What the heck is wrong with you?
I've worked very hard on my communication skills, but I don't have that problem anymore.
Yeah, and I think my communication skills have gotten better over the years, but there have been incidences. I had to pay for my family's new microwave because of it.
Why?
Because I got mad enough that I slammed the microwave door closed and it cracked.
Oh my god!
To the point where we couldn't use it.
Oh my god. I've never done that. Like, even when I'm mad, I don't tend to slam doors or stuff. Well, I mean, I will slam doors closed. But when I am really, truly angry, I just break down and cry. There is no, like, throw things or, like, I mean, I do yell. I do get, like, mad and I will yell, but, like, there's no throwing things at people thing. It's just I immediately go, I'm just done, and just start crying.
Oh, like I don't throw things.
Yeah.
It's just things that can be slammed, I will slam them closed.
I only slam doors. Those are the only things I slam, and I do beat on pillows, but that's it. I'm surprisingly gentle in my anger. Whereas if you scare the crap out of me, I will punch you in the face. Out of instinct. Which or in more sensitive areas. As an ex-friend once learned the hard way. To be fair, she managed to jump out of the way just in time. But it was a very close thing. Because we were going through, I don't know if I've told this story, but we were going through this Knott's, we were at Knott's Scary Farm. Mm-hmm. And we were going through one of the mazes, and it...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I didn't know that it was a maze filled with parasites until we got into it.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We were walking through this part where it was, like, squishy, and the walls were, like, supposed to be compressing around you. So I was already at maximum height adrenaline. And we're coming out, and she comes up behind me and puts her hand on me. And my brain, this is literally the process that goes through in, like, less than 5 seconds. One of the actors is touching me. They're not allowed to touch me. This is a violation. Hit them. So my arm just swings down at full power. And I'm short. So if I'm swinging down...
You're hitting tender areas.
I'm hitting the most tender of areas. So she was very lucky to jump out of the way because yeah, that would have hurt a lot. She was trans, so and had not transitioned yet. So that would have really fucking hurt. Like
my first time.
Don't scare me.
My first time at Not Scary Farm was because my stepmom got tickets for me and my brother to go.
Ooh, fun.
And I think, because my stepmom used to live in the area at the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah. She basically told us the whole rundown of, okay, so there's going to be people, or the staff members are going to be dressed up in scary costumes.
Yeah. And
their sole purpose is to scare you.
Yeah.
So me, in my young-ish teenage years, I'm just like, okay, gotta keep my eyes wide open and scan everything at once. All right, where's the possible dangers? Oh, I spot you. Oh, I spot you. Oh, I spot you. I spot you. And one of her relatives came with us. One of the guys that I had previously spotted, like, snuck around our group.
Oh no!
Basically did the whole jump scare of rah right behind her relatives, right behind him.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of him. He booked it. He started running.
Like, I'm out!
I'm out, see ya! And
damn.
that is the one thing, apparently, at Not Scary Farm that you should never do.
Yeah. Do
not run. They will chase you.
Yes, they will.
I saw it happen.
See, I don't run. My fight or flight is heavily geared towards fight.
Mm-hmm.
Except for, like, parasites, which you honestly can't fight.
Mm-hmm.
And blood, which literally my initial reaction is pass out. So, which I can't control.
Red's reaction is, good night, everybody.
Good night, I'm done. And just, it's literally every Victorian lady you've ever seen in a film. Just, yeah, it's like that, except more, oh god.
Yeah, the thing about fight or flight responses is they don't give you all of the indicators. It's not just fight or flight.
Yeah.
There is also freeze.
Yeah.
Which is what I tend to do.
I'm like the fainting goat.
I jump, I freeze, and then once I realize that there's no more danger, okay, I can relax now.
I don't have that reaction when I'm scared. Like when I'm scared and it's not because of blood, which although I have managed to curb it, although my reaction to blood is still basically to freeze and tell my brain to stop freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Although now I don't pass out anymore, which is great. But I mean, I did once in an exam chair, that was fun.
Oh no.
Anyway, they were drawing blood and it spilled on me. She hadn't capped it all the way. It's a lot of blood. Anyway.
And there was a lot of your blood.
It was a lot of my own blood and I freaked out and I passed out. And that's why I had to go to therapy. Anyway. What was I saying? Anyway, like, for real, my major reaction when I'm afraid.
Whoops. Sorry. That was loud.
Thanks for that. That was terrifying. Is basically to hit it until it stops being scary.
Alright, chair, you are going over this way.
Oh god, that did scare me. Loud noise, yeah, sorry. Mikella knocked over a chair. Did that scare you, Seaberry? I'm sorry. Like, here we are talking about scary things and their effect on us, and then we go and scare you, and I apologize. She was reaching for the light. It was getting dark. And it's not like that like fight reaction is new, because like even when I was a little kid, my mom took me through a couple of mazes, and I actually hit a couple of the actors.
Oh no!
Like, I'm tiny though, and I was not like I was very strong, so I'm sure it didn't hurt, but I may have smacked a couple of people who scared me as a kid. Like, my reaction has always been, hit it until it stops moving. Because then it's not scary anymore.
Because then it's dead.
Yeah.
Or unconscious.
Because we're unconscious, so, just keep hitting it. Like,
in which case, if it's unconscious, shackle it so it cannot move again.
And that's why I have to hold people's hands when I go through horror houses. It's not because it's not because I'm liable to run away, or because I'm that afraid. It's because if I do get scared, or if you come up behind me and touch me because you don't want to lose me, I will hit you. and it will not be a soft hit. It will be hard. It will be physically painful. I don't tend to hold back. Because again, my immediate thought process is, it's somebody who works there touching me, they're not allowed to touch me, hit them. And like, I know you're not really supposed to do that, but they're also not supposed to touch me. So...
Seaberry now has that 80s song in his head.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which 80s song?
Which 80s song?
There's a lot of songs from the 80s. There we go. Alright, got the highlights done. That looks good. Yep, so now we're gonna do texture. Right, I have to actually be on the layer. I think it's an 80s pop song? Huh. Well,
what
let us
song,
know.
Seaberry?
Yep, that works. Okay. Okay. I'm bored now. I'm gonna draw something else.
I want to get physical.
Oh!
Physical.
I wanna get physical. That's Physical by Olivia Newton-John. It's literally called Physical. That's literally the name of the song. It's Physical. It is from the 80s.
You know your 80s pop songs, Seaberry. Good job.
I wanna get physical. Shows how much I keep track. Alright, let's see. I want to do something related to Dragon Age, so let's see what I have in Dragon Age. Fan art. Skip. In progress. Shouldn't have anything in there. Okay. Should have adjusted that sketch. Oh well. And these are old. Every single one of these is super old. I did them when I was in college. But they are all super old. That one wasn't in college. I was in college when I did that one. Same with that one. No. Yeah, I don't know. Oh! I know! Random sketches. Where is it? Doodles? Did I put it under Doodles? I did not. Where did I put it? Where did I put it?
That is a very good question. Do not know.
Hey, it's Pimp Clavius. I keep meaning to finish that. Here it is. I found it! Yay! It's me and Rob.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's finish this. I said I would.
No, Seaberry.
Go ahead.
We've learned our mistakes.
Yes, I have. I put them all somewhere else, and I've also deleted the picture that made the mistake in the first place. I refuse to have that problem again. Because I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh.
Is that Rob?
Robert is calling me.
Ah.
I shall return you guys.
Alright. Can you give me some iced tea while you're up?
Sure.
Yay! Not the green tea! I don't like green tea. Oh, I'm sorry, Seaberry. Did you want to see more of the nude stuff? Because I'm still trying to figure out a way to get onto Picaro and have Rob let me do the thing. And by do the thing, I mean stream not safe for work stuff. It's like I can't do it on Twitch without, you know, Twitch losing its shit, but I could do it on Picaro. And I'm thinking about doing it. Just haven't worked out the details with Rob yet. So, but eventually, I want to talk him into it. And then I shall have the not safe for work art stream to end all not safe for work art streams. I'm kidding. Because I'm just putting this out there. Porn is hard to draw. Like, it's hard. I feel like I'm constantly getting the penis wrong. Oh, that seems weird to say in a stream, but it's true. Porn is hard to rate too. I don't know. I have a lot of fun doing that part. That I can do fairly well by now. But I mean, when I first started, yeah, it was really hard. But I've been doing it for so long now that I'm like, it's not that bad anymore. It's not that hard. I remember when I wrote my first ever lemon. As they were called back in the day. God, I'm old. Alright, let's see. No. I want to say that's it, but let's find out. Right? Be on the layer. Oh, good. It was number 1. Alright, so I'll just go back up there. And we'll pick the shadow color. And then click, click. Oh, I wasn't doing shadows yet. Yeah, well. Might as well. There's talking going. Want to see my cosplay from last year? I do. You should show me in the Discord chat, because I can't see it right now. God damn it. There we go. Nope. Still messed up. There we go. That's better. What was that all? Nope, 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 nope. We went grocery shopping today. I enjoyed myself.
Robert's on his way home.
Yay!
He is happy that there is now sweet tea and green tea in the house.
Yay! We also have spinach.
He was also happy to hear about that.
Yay! Because everybody's a little iron deficient in the house right now. Well, 2 of us are iron deficient in the house right now.
One will soon be.
Yeah, and 1 will soon be. And spinach is a great source of iron.
Oh, I didn't tell him about the tricks.
Yep.
The tricks and the Cocoa Puffs and the Lucky Charms.
Yep. We got Lucky Charms because apparently I enjoy that.
Your tea, sir!
Yay! That was really excited. Man, I got really excited for tea. Then again, it's Arizona sweet tea.
Sweet tie.
Sweet tea. I decided to do the shadows because, I don't know, I felt like it.
That's okay.
Ta-da!
You can see how far back the stream lags from what we're recording.
Yup. Because I have this stream on the television, so I'm watching the stream and I can actually see you guys talking for once. Which is... But I can also see what I'm doing, which is amusing as hell. What the hell is that?
It is a clipboard.
Oh, okay.
That I am trying to arrange to make it stable somewhat.
Okay.
So that way I can put this coaster on it and you can put your glass down.
Yay!
Make life easy on yourself.
It's like playing Jenga. Can I pull my phone out without spilling the tea?
You should be able to.
Yep.
Which you did.
Alright, cool.
Red did not spill tea on their phone.
I did not. Oh, thank God. Otherwise, we'd have a repeat of the stream where I spilled scotch. Everywhere.
It wasn't everywhere. It was just a small spot. In comparison to the rest of the table, it is relatively a small spot.
I'm just laughing because the way I spilled it is the freaking most hilarious thing ever. Literally falling out of my chair. Wasn't even all that drunk at that point. Now you might be thinking, wow, that's some really red skin there, Red. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually how my skin looks. I am fairly red, like, all the time.
Red is not only just their name, it is their color.
Yep, and my state of being. It'll probably look less red once I add the freckles, but yeah. I'm just so pink, just all the time. Oh, my nose itches like crazy right now. Oh, God. Alright. How long have we been streaming for? 1 hour and 12 minutes. That was the last time. What's his face checked in? Wisebot? Wisebot.
Yeah, you started about 4, right?
Yeah.
What time
and
is
it is 5:30.
Okay. So I'm thinking we'll probably finish this up pretty soon. And...
Yep. So probably after I finish this last bit of shading. Oh man, I've gotten a lot faster than when I first started doing these streams.
You're getting better, Red.
I am. It's a slow process. Practice makes perfect, everybody.
Yep.
If you don't believe me, just look at some of my early streams.
You can see those on YouTube.
Yep.
Go to YouTube, Alchemy, or APG, I think it is.
Yeah.
And look for Red Puts Art in Your Face.
Yep.
Because Red has always enjoyed putting art in your faces.
Yep. You might also see a couple of the other times I may have fucked up. And accidentally put porn on the screen for like 5 seconds.
So, Seaberry, Phoenix, if you want to go watch that.
Seaberry in particular seemed very invested in me having an accident.
You look very devious in this picture.
Yeah, I should.
You are trying to throw a chair? Or is that a pot?
It's supposed to be a laser.
Oh.
I'm thinking I might turn it into one of those Gatorade things. Or else like a bucket full of crabs. I don't know. It could be anything, really.
They're really good. I can't see what that all is.
What?
Phoenix sent something.
Oh. It looks like water. You're gonna have to go up there and investigate.
Oh, it's just emoticons.
Okay.
Of tentacles.
Tentacles?
Mostly.
Oh, Lord. No! Too much. That's like...
Red has no need for a mustache.
That's like after we finished character creation today, which, oh my god, that took like half an hour in Inquisition. And I was like, oh crap, I think I used way too much blush on my dude. Because, yeah, it's visible. And it's very definitely blush. I'm like, thank god I have the DLC so I can go in and quickly change that.
He's constantly blushing, you guys.
Constantly. I mean, I did model him after Ilias, so that should surprise no one, but still. Oh, I love Ilias. Ilias is like one of my favorite members of my RP blog to play. Because, I don't know, I identify with him a lot, I guess. Ilias is just a bunch of fun. That's big. More macaroni.
What?
It's just from that. It's from an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh.
When Muriel gets turned into like a child and she's like, more cheese, less macaroni. More cheese and more macaroni.
Yeah, that is one show that I didn't really get into when I was a kid, was Courage.
Oh my god, but it's the best!
Which, as an adult,
Yeah.
saying that, I feel like
I'm gonna make you
my
watch
childhood
it.
was incorrect. My child self was incorrect and should have given Courage a little more of a chance.
Well, I'm gonna make you watch it now. That is literally what's gonna happen next, is I'm gonna turn this off and we're gonna watch Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Phoenix agrees.
Because, goddamn, Courage.
That episode was awesome.
That episode was so good because it was just so funny. There's so very little about it that was honestly, because there's a couple episodes that are honestly terrifying, that do honestly scare the crap out of you, but most of the episodes are just, God, that's funny. But and the Muriel turning into a child one is the best because it's so funny. And the best part is, like, when Courage is trying to feed her out of this, like, totally destroyed kitchen, and all he really has is, like, macaroni and cheese. And he has to keep making it over and over again because she's like,
she's not happy.
Yeah, it's like, it's too much cheese! Too much macaroni! More cheese! Less macaroni! Less cheese and less macaroni! And then finally she's like, perfect! And then pushes it away. I hate macaroni and cheese. Yes, perfect! But I hate macaroni and cheese. And the best part is that she's got a Scottish accent. Just makes it that much better.
Well, and to be fair, the reasoning behind my childlike self thinking Courage was too much and not a good show was because I was living with my mom. And for all of those who don't know about the ways of my mom, we've recently, because of my mom and dad's divorce, my dad's new wife basically introduced my brother and I to the quote-unquote horror genre for movies that aren't actually scary. The reason why I quote
We're back
horror,
on this.
I used finger quotes when I said horror genre. So things like Jurassic Park we've never seen before, my brother and I, until my dad remarried. And we told Linda, yeah, we've never seen Jurassic Park. We've never seen The Mummy. We've never seen all of these other awesome shows that nowadays we're like, oh my gosh, why did we say yes to Mom saying that we couldn't watch these?
I mean, because the original Mummy movie, pretty damn good.
It's pretty good.
It's not the best, but it's a good movie.
Maybe I just like Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser's great.
Because I liked him in George of the Jungle.
Yeah.
I like him in The Mummy. Yeah. Maybe I just like Brendan Fraser.
I miss Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser, come back to movies. We miss you.
But, yeah, so anyway, recently Mom had tried to watch Jurassic Park again because it is one of her wife's favorite movies.
Yeah.
And Mom couldn't get through the first 5 minutes.
What the fuck? Why not?
It was too scary for her.
What the hell is wrong with your mother?
She does not do horror movies whatsoever.
Like,
even if it is even if there is a minuscule hint that there might be some sort of, like, jump scare sort of moment.
Yeah.
Or some minuscule amount of suspense.
Yeah.
She's like, nope, can't handle it. Have to go.
Oh my god. My mom, on the other hand, the only movie that she, like, refuses to watch, that she's too afraid of, is Arachnophobia. That's the only one. And that's because she's afraid of spiders. But, I mean, I've seen her take on spiders. Like, my mom is a very intimidating woman, A. And she's shorter than I am. And I'm not very tall to begin with. Like, what was it? Robert the other day was like, yeah, you're 5'2", right? I'm like, no. Thanks for giving me that extra inch, but no. I am 5'1" at the most. And my mom is 4'11" and 3/4. She likes to say she's 5 feet, but she's not.
So, yeah, basically, whenever Courage the Cowardly Dog came on...
It was too scary?
Both my brother and I were thinking, oh, this is a scary show, because we have seen, snippets of it, and it's always, ominous, scary music, and immediately our brains go, nope, can't watch this. Mom will not approve.
Which is so funny, because there's only, like, a couple of episodes that are honestly terrifying. The rest of them are like, no, this is funny.
And meanwhile...
And there's one episode that...
The original Powerpuff Girls was something we'd always gravitate to.
Yeah. I did love Powerpuff Girls. I watched a crap ton of that growing up.
I didn't much care for Samurai Jack.
I love Samurai Jack.
But maybe it was just because it wasn't my thing at the time.
I love the Scotsman. He's my favorite part of Samurai Jack. I know that's stupid, but I love him so much. I also like the Three Blind Archers episode, but like the Scotsman episodes are my favorite. Like, I love his wife in particular because his wife is such a... I can't get through it. It's just so funny. Oh god, it's just so great.
Yeah, so my brother loves Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
Going to old Cartoon Network or TV shows.
Yeah.
The both of us loved watching the Toonami shows.
Yeah.
So Dragon Ball Z was a favorite of ours.
I used to have the biggest crush on Gohan growing up.
That's okay.
Gohan and Trunks, I was like severely attracted to them.
Older Trunks, yeah. I hear you.
Wasn't he hot?
He was.
And then I got older and I was like, what the fuck was I thinking?
He was my first crush. Which is kind of sad, but
my first crush
care.
My first crush on anybody on TV was Jeff Corwin. I had the biggest crush on Jeff Corwin. Scottish lad likes a Scotsman, who would have guessed? Yeah, exactly. To be fair, at the time, I did not know I was Scottish. I mean, I know now. But I did not know then. Back in the day, I just thought I was Irish. Like, I didn't know I was Scottish until I actually went to Scotland. Because Mom and I were researching our family history, and we found out we were Scots-Irish, which means we originally were from Scotland and then got placed in Ireland.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what Scots-Irish means.
It wasn't...
What?
Because I had a friend who was like, oh, what's your genealogy? And we all got into what our genealogies were.
Yeah.
And I can't remember, because she was saying how, she was one part of the world and will refuse to say that she is from a separate part because, like, they're both enemies or something like that.
It's not like that stopped my family.
I want to say it was, like, she's part Cuban and will refuse to be called part Mexican or something like that because the Cuban and Mexican people like to bicker about that, I guess. I don't know. Or they're like mortal enemies or something. I don't know. But I could have sworn she's like, oh yeah, but I'm definitely, I'm Scottish. I'm definitely not Irish or something like that.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, here's the thing. The Scots and the Irish don't really like each other, but they will definitely team up to be like, fuck the Brits.
Okay.
Like, that's literally all it is. But there is a portion of it where a little bit of it is because the British took some Scotsmen and forcibly planted them in Ireland to, quote unquote, civilize Ireland.
Oh.
Yeah, which...
Well, that's not okay.
Yeah, there's also, like, a bunch of rivalry between Ireland and Scotland because they're very similar, but they have some distinct differences.
Bye, Flancy Flan.
Bye... Oh, no! Bye, Fantasy Flan. Bye, Fantasy Flan. Bye, Fantasy Flan. That is honestly one of the terrifying episodes. That episode used to scare the crap out of me when I was a kid. I hated that episode. That episode sucked. Because it was like this small, tiny looking dude, and he like brainwashed people through flan, and I was just like, no.
Oh, that's not okay.
That one and the episode with the barber that Courage gets locked in the bathroom with, that one is honestly terrifying. Like, even to this day, I watch it, I'm like, this is still pretty frightening. I would not be okay. Like, who let this idiot out of the mental hospital because Jesus Christ. Like, that episode, because it's all in rhyme and it should not be terrifying, but it is. And then there was this episode that I was scared of, but like oddly fascinated by, which was this one where Eustace was return the slap. That one, oh my god! And that's the first episode of Courage too, or it's like one of the first episodes. That one's pretty damn scary.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter. No, but there's this one episode where Eustace gets this, like, shell, and he gets seduced by this siren.
Oh, nice.
And she tries to eat him, and she lives in puddles and shit.
Oh, lovely.
Right? And I'm like, it's both terrifying, and yet I was always oddly fascinated by that episode, and I kind of loved it. That and Cat's Candy. The Cat's Candy episode was always, like, a little bit, what the hell is happening? And also a little bit, I like this episode.
So yeah, didn't watch Jurassic Park until I want to say, like, 16, 17 years old.
Damn.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna call it here.
Sorry, you came in towards the tail end there, Peter.
Yep. Sorry. Thanks for joining us. I had a good time. If you want to see more of these, check us out at on YouTube.
Let us know if you find any mistakes.
Yep. Or join back in on Thursday. I will be here for another art stream.
Hopefully about 3 o'clock.
Yeah. I would have done this one earlier, but we were out grocery shopping. Anyway, I hope to see you guys there. Thank you for joining
everybody.
me. Bye.